Hello everyone! Heather Feather Song here, and I am officially back in business. First of all, I have to thank everyone who commented on my previous video and has shown support. It makes me so happy that you are patient and willing to wait, and I hope to make every video worth said wait for you guys from now on. Today is a fun topic, my personal top 10 most attractive fictional characters, though it really is more of a most attractive animated fictional characters, for the most part anyway. What is my criteria for this kind of list? Well, obviously good looks is a big factor, but there are things that I personally find hard to resist. A good voice, a particular personality trait or quirk, it's all about the eye of the beholder really. Also, another fun thing about me is that I am bisexual. I am equally attracted to men and women, so there'll be something for just about everybody in this list. Well, for the most part. Again, the list is mostly consisted of animated characters. The reason behind that is that when it comes to live action characters, they could be seen as attractive because of, well, the actor is attractive. This isn't the sexiest actors and actresses list. I have to be able to separate the actor from the role. It may not make the most sense, but I think people kind of get it. With that said and done, let's get this started with, as always, honorable mentions. I have a shitload of honorable mentions, but instead of dedicating a whole slideshow to them, Anime America style, I'm just gonna highlight one and move on. Tony Stark. Normally, I'm not into white guys that much, but Tony Stark's sassy personality, quick-witted thinking, and mischievous smile just win me over every time. He is by far my favorite character in Marvel. But, let's be honest, that is just Robert Downey Jr. playing as himself. Hell, the animated Avengers series, and from what I hear, the new comics have even molded Tony Stark to look like the actor and hold his persona. There is no one else in the world who could be Iron Man at this point. Robert is Tony Stark, and that's why he doesn't make the list. He almost did, and he ranked very high too for a moment. But as I got to thinking, I realized it's just the Downey Jr. magic that makes him so irresistible. Again, there are many more honorable mentions, but I don't have time to go into those details, so we're just gonna move on. Number 10. Starting things off with some flair, it is the one and only Gundam Tanaka from the Danganronpa games. He is generally a very entertaining character. I mean, he may be a harbinger of darkness and the prince of chaos, but look at his little hamsters and how much he loves them. Aww, he's just a sweetie underneath. He's very mysterious, but a big selling point for me on Gundam is his voice. At least the game English dub voice, as well as his exuberant personality. I love his voice and way of speaking. No offense to Kaiser Neko in the Funimation dub of the anime, but you just can't replace the game voice actor. He's funny, he's mysterious, and he could read a phone book both hilariously and sexily at the same time. What's not to love? Number 9. Black Widow from Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now this might seem odd since I didn't put Tony Stark on the list because I wasn't able to completely separate him from his actor. But I am able to do this, for the most part, with Black Widow. Yes, of course she's beautiful, it's Scarlett freaking Johansson, but there is so much more to love about her. She's the ultimate spy. She's tough, able to hang out with the big boys, and pull her own weight. She may not have super strength or anything, but she makes up for it with various other skills. A strategist, a wonderful deceiver, and great support. She has a lot of making up to do, it seems, from her past, but she at least feels at home with the Avengers, and it looks like she's making strides and loves making changes to the world. A powerful personality and a true asset to S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers alike, where they see her as an equal. Well, all that and that skin-tight suit definitely helped my case a little bit here. Number 8. Derek Morgan from Criminal Minds. This is honestly a favorite show of mine. My mom and I watch it together all the time. And my favorite character is this hunk of chocolate right here. Okay, clearly he's attractive, but as you said, Heather, isn't that just due to his actor? Well, yes, considering his actor was a model, but I am able to separate the actor from the character. While Shamar Moore is a decent guy, he does come off as... what's a nice way of putting it? He comes across as very... stereotypical? No, it's hard to explain. He just kind of feels a little fake. But give him this. He's one hell of an actor, 'cause I love Morgan. Not only is he extremely good looking and has a silky voice that makes even straight men and gay women swoon, but he is more or less a Papa Bear, always coming to the defense of his team and one of the bravest individuals among them. If a man talked to me like the way he talks to Garcia, I'd be all over that guy. You want to hug him for 2 reasons. He's a sweet giant teddy bear, and you want to see him without that shirt. I'm terrible. Okay, let's move on. Number 7. Crow from the popular web series RWBY. I had a hard time here. There are many good-looking characters, especially in this polished-looking new season. Just look at that animation. It's so pretty. It came down between Pierrot, given my weakness for redheads, and the Birdman himself. But ultimately, I find myself drawn to Crow for various reasons. I think I've made it clear that I adore sarcastic and sassy characters. Crow is all that and more. He's a silver fox, that much is certain, with an uncanny fighting ability that not many can stand up to. He also is quite adept in judging others' fighting styles and abilities. And by this point, you should know me. His voice really is the cherry on top. It just complements his looks and demeanor so well. I am normally very good at picking up voice actors like that. So imagine my surprise that this was Vic Mignogna behind the handsome rogue. He's a total package, if you can stand his drinking habits, that is. Which is why he's only number 7. Number 6. Okay, it's not a real Heather Feather Song top 10 list without some cheating. So I have for you a tie. Korra and Asami from Legend of Korra. Now I was originally looking into Katara and Azula, but while they are pretty, they aren't 18 at the end of the series, at least I think. So I decided against it because it felt kind of creepy. But I do in general find both Korra and Asami more attractive. Both of them are sexy in their own way. Korra is a rough and tough tomboy, and I'm a bit of a sucker for tomboys, honestly. She's a natural beauty with a strong demeanor. However, Asami is just as badass. She's more feminine, true, and might not be a bender, but she is intelligent, winning favor through gadgets and strategy of her own design. It's no wonder they got together. They balance each other out incredibly well, and I loved seeing their relationship develop. Brains and brawn, a power couple made in heaven, and oh so enjoyable to watch if you ask me. Number 5. The King of N from the 12 Kingdoms. Honestly, there's so much to talk about with this series. Not many know about it, which is a shame because it's one of my favorites. But I'll get to that another day. The King of N, or Shoryu, as he is later named, is not only handsome, but he's just generally a good guy and a wonderful leader. How good of a leader is he? He's been running his kingdom for 500 years. Long story short, the more prosperous, wealthy, and generally happy your kingdom and its people are, the longer a king or queen lives in this world. But it's really no surprise due to the fact that he was a born leader even when he lived in Japan. He's very charismatic and charming, yes, but he also sincerely loved his people, so much so that he was willing to sacrifice his own life for theirs. Unfortunately, it seemed he was too likable, as the very people he's trying to save came to his rescue, and in a twist of fate, He was the only survivor and thus brought to the new world to become the new ruler of the Kingdom of N. A kingdom that was poor and on the brink of extinction by demons. But he rolled up his sleeve and said, "All right, let's do this." And then it went from this to this. A hard-working, charismatic, loyal, open-minded, and handsome man for a king? You bastards are so fucking lucky. Hey, Kingdom of N. I'll trade you leaders. Please. Number 4. Kyoyo Otori from Ouran High School Host Club. Actually, in all honesty, pretty much any character voiced by J. Michael Tatum. Sebastian from Black Butler and Tomoe from Kami-sama Kiss are also very similar. But at the end of the day, they are still servants, while Kyoya serves no one. Everyone who watches Host Club has a favorite host. Most go for the twins, but my heart belongs to this glasses-wearing devil. His sharp eyes, controlling voice, and overall confident and manipulative charms just reel me in every time. He's the kind of guy you want to challenge and match wits with. He is excellent at running a business, so much so that his father is considering to break tradition and make him the heir of the company instead of the oldest son. Good with money, knows how to take charge, but also still honorable and can use his powers for good when he feels like it. Oh, Kyoya, you'd be my go-to host every time. Number 3. Well, I just had to cheat again, especially since these two are from the same source material. Ren Saruga and Kyoko Mogami from the manga Skip Beat. Just some foreshadowing, you may want to get used to these faces in this title for down the line. Ren is attractive all the time, be it natural or getting ready for a photo shoot. Whereas Kyoko, well, people call her plain. I find her natural look adorable. But despite that, get her just a little makeup, a new demeanor, and a set of clothes, and she turns into a completely different person. As an aspiring actress, Kyoko is scary good at making characters. My personal favorite is Natsu, a beauty with a vindictive and ice queen personality. Ren and Kyoko are so similar to each other in both their dark nature when angered to their naivete on romantic gestures. At the drop of a dime, they go from pure evil to the most kind individuals out there. Both are also incredibly hardworking and have to often be forced to take a break. Not only looks, but their personalities and chemistry is what draws me to them every time. Now kiss, you bastards! Sorry. That'll be for a different video. Number 2. We've had a lot of anime and a lot of men in a row. Let's fix that, shall we? My second pick is none other than Elsa from Frozen. I know there are people out there who feel that Frozen is overrated. I am not one of those people. Frozen is still one of my favorite Disney movies, and a lot of it has to do with the Ice Queen herself. For starters, I find her look incredibly pleasing. She's elegant, powerful, and mystifying all at the same time. Just the way she walks and presents herself is lovely to me. And come on, you can't go wrong with Idina Menzel. But also what draws me is that I feel a kinship with Elsa. I feel a lot of introverts do. I just feel so sorry for her, and thus I sing with her when she feels she can finally be free, and rejoice when she finds a means to finally control her abilities and break out of her shell. It's all endearing to me, and thus why she is among one of my favorite Disney characters. I understand for those who are kind of tired of Frozen, but so long as this beauty's around, I won't be letting it go anytime soon. Ha! Puns for days, folks. Puns for days. Before moving on, I will take this time to apologize if a character you liked didn't make the list. No doubt there are other amazing characters I missed out on. Another thing I have to say before revealing my number 1, do not judge me. And even if you do, I don't care. I'm not ashamed, because my number 1 most attractive fictional character is Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, throw on your Team 4-star jokes now. So some might be thinking, seriously, Heather? You find a green slug man attractive? To which I have to say, this is my list, pal, and I can do whatever the I want. Okay, let me give an actual reason. I just love his look, his expressions, the sharp features, and well, green is my second favorite color. Hey, you want to know what my first favorite color is? Purple! See? We already have so much in common. But what really puts him over the edge is his interaction with Gohan. Piccolo is the best dad in DBZ, and I will fight you if you say otherwise. He's been basically raising Gohan in place of Goku and grew so attached he sacrificed his own life and just eventually, on his own, stopped being evil. For a while, he seemed to be the only one who could catch up with the Saiyans until he ran out of Namekians to fuse with. But he is still one of the strongest characters, and while he might not be able to match the Saiyans in a fist fight, he makes up for it by being the smartest fighter of the group. Piccolo is a master strategist. He's quick to think and is among the wisest of the bunch. But despite holding a cold, introverted exterior, he continues to hold a soft spot for Gohan and his family. I melt at his interactions with Pan, and even though Gohan is technically stronger than his master, he still comes to Piccolo over his own father for training and advice. And that speaks to me because, well, I love kids. Babies, toddlers, children in general just make me happy. And while I love a sassy attitude and sarcastic wit, the number one thing that will attract me when finding a potential partner in life is someone who can take care of kids and loves interacting with them. Because one of the cutest things in the world to me is parents and older siblings playing with the little ones in their lives. So call me crazy, call me weird, but Piccolo to me is the total package. Exotic looks, gruff demeanor, but underneath it all is a softie with a talent for fatherhood. And there we go, that is my top 10 most attractive characters. Took a little longer than I thought, but it all came out the way I wanted. Tell me below what are fictional characters you find the most attractive and why. Is it looks alone, or quirks and other vices? I'd love to get your opinions. A few quick things before we go. The results are in for the poll in the last video, and in an overwhelming landslide, this day Arya won everyone over, so expect a cover of that relatively shortly. After my cover, I'll be presenting my first theory video on one of my favorite shows, RWBY, concerning my favorite character. I am excited to share my thoughts with you guys since it will be my first time doing something involving headcanons, especially since I've had this thought since the Kuriori episode. It should come out sometime next month, so keep your eyes peeled. And that's about it, but before we go, I part you with these words. Always remember, in fiction, you are never wrong. You just see things differently than the person next to you. So keep your mind open like an open book. Till next time!